It's now my pleasure to introduce Saran Tugsjargal, who is a globally recognized leader whose advocacy spans state, national, and now international levels, from serving as one of the inaugural student commissioners for the California Department of Education, ACSE, to advancing policy with Mental Health America. Saran now helps shape international disability rights through the U.S. International Council on Disabilities. She advocates across education, mental health, and social welfare to ensure systems are designed and work for the people. If you've been with us in recent years, you know she brings a unique and powerful energy to the pursuit of collective wholeness for our youth in California. Welcome, Saran.
Good morning, California. How many of you in this room have blown bubbles before? You dip in the wand, the soap, you take a deep breath and blow, and you're so excited to see it pop, right? Well, I didn't blow bubbles with anyone. For 13 years, I lived inside of a bubble that isolated me, a bubble that labeled me, a bubble that made me the emotionally disturbed kid, the you will always be dumb kid. I watched other kids play together, their bubbles popping while mine stayed apart. When I needed something simple, like figuring out who to talk to when there was a problem at school, I went from person to person, and that was damn tiring. My general ed teacher didn't know. He would say, "Go ask our case manager." My case manager would say, "Maybe your counselor knows." My counselor would say, "Let me check or I'll email you." But nothing ever happened. Whether it was Valentine's Day or a Halloween Day celebration, I would miss it because I was stuck in this bubble of running to receive help I need. I was passed around from bubble to bubble. Little Saran cried most of her childhood because adults at that time worked apart rather than together to support her, and it took years and years to work together to help me. It happened to my communities, and that's when I started to become that voice. That's me, little me. The first day of kindergarten, I believe. But yeah, okay. This is when I started to become that voice, where I popped my bubble. So I began to speak up when I went from being that student passed from office to office to actually the one shaping those policies and influencing policy across the country, across the state. My mission was simple, making sure that youth voices aren't just heard, they lead. That leadership didn't just stay inside a meeting room, it led to real change in the state. And I helped contribute to 6 legislations that are now signed into law. Thank you, Governor Newsom. So the 6 bills are AB 2173 in 2024, redefining emotional disturbance and emotional disability. SB 445 2024, we had creating a statewide IEP template that should be coming out soon. To AB 2105, to ensuring PANS and PANDAS communities have access to medical coverage. To AB 560 in 2025, to improving special education caseloads that was just recently passed by Don Addis. One of the most important things to me is AGR special education funding that just got passed a few weeks ago in the state legislature. And that was the one that I worked closely with the IDA Alliance in California because we all know that special education funding would make a world of difference in IDA too. So this is our chance to demand Congress that we need our 40% now. And then the other one that I worked on recently through my advocacy at the California Alliance of Family Youth Services on their YAP team, we advocated for AB 1314, enabling and expanding efficient housing for foster youth. Those laws represent a bubble popped, a broken barrier, and a bridge built. I saw how powerful collaboration can be when youth and educators and policymakers just sat together in that same room. Because we weren't just speaking about each other, we were speaking with each other. That's the power of breaking silos, and that's the power of shared leadership. I continue to share nationally, internationally, as a National Youth Fellow for the US Department of Labor's Office Department Employment Policy. I learned that silos go beyond just one agency or one state. I work to bridge systems across the country, education to employment, to help students with disabilities transition into meaningful careers. And now, as a youth policy accelerator for Mental Health of America, I drive mental health policy across all 50 states in the US. And as a youth advisor for the US International Council on Disabilities, I advance disability international rights across the country, across the globe. Because no matter where you are in the world, people live in these bubbles. Wherever you are in society because of silos. You will now see them in the room with you right now. I want to try something together. In a moment, I will read a few phrases out loud, and if one of them resonates with you, raise your hand. You don't have to share, you just acknowledge it. I enjoy reading books. I am happy. I have hobbies. I enjoy meeting new people. I have friends. I have a home. I've been bullied. I struggle to be heard. I have a community. I have a disability. I struggled with mental health illness. I've been labeled. I have parents who don't speak English. I am heard. I went through the juvenile justice system. I've been impacted by systems. I was homeless. I lost someone important to me. Every story is a bubble. And right now, all those bubbles are in the same room. So today, I ask you, as you sit here, please thinking about those bubbles around you and make an effort to break them. Because breaking barriers isn't just about creating new programs or policies, it's about changing how we lead as a society. It's about listening and recognizing every voice in this room. You must stand with each other in this room because more than ever, especially during this time of uncertainty, we need each other in these spaces and we need no more division, no more polarization, and bipartisan together. When we break the silos, we break our bubbles and we better serve the people. Together as one state, together as one state, no more silos and one bridge. Thank you so much.